Tony loves that for
mood enhancement from Dianabol. So we all notice it when we take Dianabol. We just feel better. We feel good. Great. Mentally feel great. What do you think the mechanism of action of that is, Leo?
I predicted serotonergic. I think it has something to do with some kind of estrogen effect. Estrogen, for those that don't know, modulates the serotonin receptor at several levels. Very important. That's why aromatase inhibitors can cause you anxiety acutely. I think that Dianabol is doing sort of the reverse of an aromatase inhibitor. Like if you took a milligram of letrozole for 3 days in a row. I think that's what it is.
So when I take the SARMs, but I go really low on the testosterone, I love throwing in a little D-ball every once in a while.
Feel great.
It just gives me this boost. It feels amazing, and I feel out too.
Oh my God.
I love combining the SARMs and the gear. I really use SARMs for my main anabolic for muscle building. But if I want the mental effect, or if I want to volumize or something like that, that's when I throw in something like a D-ball.
Like for a guy like me or Leo, we can bulk really, really, really easy. I'm curious, like Leo, how much do you weigh?
Probably 230, but again, I'm fat. So.
Okay, 230, right? So I would think if I keep the same muscle mass that I have, because I'm starting to get really veiny and everything else, I would think if I ever get down to 230, I would probably be able to compete in one of those shorts. You know when you wear the shorts and compete? Because at 230, I'm down another 30 pounds.
Yeah.
And if I can maintain a muscle mass on the primo, it would look insane. But do I really want to go down 30 pounds? You got to think to yourself, do I really want to get that dry, affect my kidneys that bad or whatever? Maybe my body's not meant to go down that low.
Well, what's your strategy? Now, I mean, your intermittent fasting seems like just that alone would cause you to lose a lot of fat now.
You would think so, but basically the background for this is that when my wife was pregnant, I used to fast every month for 5 days. So I had very little body fat, but I also had no muscle because I wasn't working out for 3 years, just doing climbing and
Do you do
cycling.
the Ramadan thing too?
No.
Okay.
So then,
But you look really full, Leo. You look like you're full.
yeah. So I'll just explain. So then, my wife got pregnant, and we started eating all kinds. She eats all day, so I started eating with her,
But
and I
you
stopped
fast
fasting.
metabolism, right?
Huh? My
Your
wife?
has a fast
No,
metabolism.
she's like me. But anyway, the point is I gained like probably 30 pounds of fat or whatever. And then the climbing gym still didn't open. So at some point I decided to go lift again. But I started lifting while having the body fat. So I gained the muscle with the body fat. I just always I don't call it intermittent fasting. I periodic eating. Or time restricted eating. Time restricted, yeah, according to the circadian rhythm. But so I generally eat for 6 hours or so. But yeah, during the pregnancy I ate more than that. It seems I exceeded it a little.
You also like the same idea of throwing in an oral, like a D-ball or something, as needed.
Once or twice a week, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think that's one of the things I've been trying to promote is the idea that if you use something like an injectable that your body totally adjusts to, you're going to need higher doses over time, and you're going to get diminishing marginal returns. But if you use something that's short-acting, either an injectable or an oral, once or twice a week, you can usually sustain it much longer, keep getting benefits, and potentially develop less harmful effects on your body from it. Mm-hmm. And so using oral, like for example, Proviron can be a potent initiator of libido if you use it once or twice a week. Not that
Very
potent,
much
but
so.
Yeah, like 50 milligrams, 75 milligrams. But if you use it daily, for 2 weeks, it does nothing. Mm. Yeah, so. But it's not that potent.
That's what I do. Everybody asks me what my cycle is, but
we're going to find out what
what
DHB does for me and what Anamar does for me once or twice a week. I'm going to try with my current thing and see what kind of changes it makes. But for me, nothing has worked better for me than combining. And people say this, and people think it's bullshit, but the cardio and the diet is makes significant changes. Like you don't see changes like that from steroids. I'll tell you that right now. People think it's steroids and doesn't. No, if your diet and cardio are not on point. Yeah. I mean, when I come back from an hour and a half walking, I'm pumped everywhere.
I also don't. At the moment, I need to buy a new bicycle. So my bicycle got stolen in COVID. And I got very upset about it. And I was so upset that I lost the bike that I'm not a stingy guy, but I'm so upset that it was stolen that I never bought another bike yet.
Is that in LA?
Yeah, in LA. So I was living in the valley for a bit. I moved out of downtown. And one day I'm in my house. Apparently some criminal came over my wall in the house.
Just to steal your bike?
Yeah, up into my house. My bike was like at the door. I didn't hear it somehow. My dog didn't hear it. I have a German Shepherd. And took the bike and climbed back over the door, I guess. Or I don't know what he did, but... so I lost my bike, and so I'm trying to get a bike. Actually, I'm trying to get a bike company to sponsor me. There's a really nice bike company called Niner. They have like a dual suspension gravel bike. But anyway, so I haven't been doing cardio at all. Cardio makes a huge difference. And that's probably why I'm still a bit bloated.
For me, it changed my life, this walking thing, because I'll come back from a walk and get completely hungry, and I'll take my shirt off before I go in the shower, and like my sister's like, "Did you go to the gym?" I'm like, "No." She's, "Why are you so pumped?" I'm like, for some reason the walking the blood flow goes everywhere.
Yeah, to improve
It's helpful for me too, but being on gear prevents me from losing muscle when I'm walking or doing cardio.
That's
Otherwise, my metabolism is so fast when I go towards the cardio spectrum of exercise, my muscles completely deflate.
My water intake, when you weigh 260 pounds, you have to be on a lot of water. And I realized when I was not drinking water, I would get cramps, I would get shin splints. Once I started increasing my water to 2 to 3 of these a day, which is about a gallon to a gallon and a half for my size, it just changed my life completely.
How about, you're eating so clean, you think you're getting enough sodium? You're drinking a lot of water, you're eating clean, but like the sodium's the other element.
And when I do, like yesterday we ate that steak and everything.
There you had sodium.
And like I give myself like 1 day or 2 days of just eating, like remember Leo was telling me yesterday, the minute you have those cheats during the week, on the weekends, the next you feel so much better. It's like all of a sudden everything just fills out.
So weird.
And like, can you sustain this? And all of a sudden
so
you
listen,
deflate.
Yesterday I went to my wife and I told her, Suleiman told me 2 things. Okay, listen, and I told her, listen to what he said. He said that, did you notice there's a lot of bipolar disorder in Hollywood? My wife said, that's what you say. I said, exactly.
Yeah.
He said, they don't know her. And then the other one was, I said, after smoking weed, I was telling my wife, sometimes I overeat, and then the next day I'm like, I look weirdly bigger somehow.
Yeah.
I was like, Suleiman said the same thing.
Yeah.
She said, this is just like you, this guy.
Yeah.